Welcome back to House of 1000 Haunts. I'm Stevie Stone.
And I'm Dwayne Stone.
We are from Destination Stone Presents on YouTube, and today we are bringing you another haunt to add to the house. From Bishopville, South Carolina, Kreepy Hollow.
Kreepy Hollow is a very unique haunt, as Kreepy Hollow has a bus ride.
A very unique bus ride indeed that takes you right into the middle of the gates of hell. This haunt is really cool. We've been there a couple of times. If you are watching the YouTube video that will be linked in the show notes below, you can see we are watching the episode right behind us in our studio. But before we get into it, we always like to let you know what we're drinking. And today I've got my resting witch face cup with some sweet tea in it.
I just drank a sweet tea today.
Yeah. Once you pull up to this haunted house, you see an area where you stand in line to get on a school bus.
They load you onto the school bus as tight as they can get you, and then they take off. By take off, I mean they take off.
It started out with some creepy Christmas music. Dun, 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 and they haul ass into the woods.
Then you don't even go a mile. You don't even go a mile, and then you stop. And
abruptly stop.
A bunch of characters usually get on, and then the bus ride continues. With
the characters on the bus antagonizing and harassing you.
There's rails on the outside of the bus that they can climb on and stuff and walk on.
Yeah.
Little walkways and stuff. So they're outside of the bus, they're inside the bus, they're on top of the bus. They're all over the place. And they are just, like she said, terrorizing you. They're walking by the windows. You know, all the windows are down. And it's really awesome.
It's neat. Yeah, they're just like sliding back and forth on the bus. It's so wild. They'll even get on top of the bus and go through those holes on the top of the bus, the escape holes. And it's wild. It's so wicked. And it is so much fun. And they definitely got to do a lot of cardio. To be able to withstand all that action on the bus.
And hang on. Like, I know they have a thing that latches them onto the outside of the bus and stuff like that.
Does it, though?
But they do, the bus driver, the whole time they're driving, he is wheeling it. He is just
all over
corners.
The place.
It feels like you're doing, like, donuts at some points. And then finally, after about a good 10-minute ride or so, I'd say 15.
Feels like it because you're going to the middle of nowhere.
You pull up to the house, and the music,
and it comes to an abrupt stop.
Stops perfectly with it and everything.
Yeah, it's so cool. So I love how they timed it. They timed it very well with the music and with pulling up to the house. So you see this humongous house and all of this really cool yard decor. Like I said, we went through during the Christmas season. So there was a really big, spirally tree in the yard.
Lights.
That was all lit up.
Okay.
And there's, so you can see the video. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can see that behind us. We're watching the episode. We will have that episode of the walkthrough of both of the times we went to Kreepy Hollow, linked in the show notes below, so you can check it out and check out all the screams. This time, when we went through, we stopped at the Christmas tree to take some photos. And we encountered a character called Cheeseburger, and this was the first time we encountered him throughout this haunt. He seemed to follow us this time after we visited the first time.
We seen him the first time, and he hung out with us in line a little bit and stuff. And
that's where we met him.
When we came back this time, we immediately seen him when we got off the bus, and he kind of followed us through the haunt.
Through the whole haunt. It was wild.
It was pretty cool. The front of the house is almost like a cemetery. It's got a bunch of tombstones and stuff like that. It's got a hearse out there.
It's really cool.
And then you walk up to the house, and it has these big steep steps that you go up to.
Yeah, you don't. It's just the front door is not at the bottom. It's at the top. So I thought that was really interesting. And so the whole haunt is inside of this house. A third of the haunt is on the bus, pretty much, but once you get up to the house, you're inside of the house.
Yep.
So when you walk in, the first thing you see is this neat coffin off to the side, and out of nowhere, it slides to the side and reveals a whole other entryway into the house.
Really cool.
So that was really neat. You don't expect that. You just stop and you're like, where do you go? You don't see any doors. Coffin slides. There's your door.
The whole theme of this haunt is kind of this house, and you're walking around in and around this house and stuff. And I do believe you go in through the garden at first, and there's this small little jump scare. It's a snake that pops out of the wall, and then when you come around the corner, there's a massive snake that is coming out. So it's like you get this little bitty snake, you're like, oh, it's a small snake, and then you're like, holy crap, big snake! Very, very cool. I love it.
Yeah, but then it opened up to, like you said, it kind of seemed like a garden, and then you turn the corner, and it just the whole room expands and opens up, and there's this waterfall and trees in the center of the room.
It's raining.
And you're walking on this rail around the room. It's really wicked. You encounter this again later as you come through the bottom part of it. It's so neat. It's almost, again, check out the video.
It's my favorite part of the haunt, honestly.
So you can see it. It's so neat.
I love that
the first time we went through that, there was a lot of haunt actors attacking us. And this last time, it seemed like they didn't have as many people working. But they still did a really good job. It was so much fun.
Yes, Kreepy Hollow is very, very good at what they do. I mean, they've got the bus and stuff,
I love the bus. It's so much fun.
That bus is really unique. And like I said, that scene with the rain, that's probably one of my favorite things in a haunt, period. I love that.
It is cool when people add a, water element to the haunt, but you don't get soaking wet. What if they do a water element and they add how all theme parks have a water ride where you do get soaking wet? What if there's a haunt like that and you're warning, cover your nipples because it's gonna get wet. Wet t-shirt contest. Let's go. But no, you don't get wet in this one, but this part of the walkway leads you into a classic spinning tunnel, and it was a pretty good tunnel. It left us pretty dizzy, but this is where we saw Cheeseburger again.
And I'm not sure, this is when I was not sure if he was supposed to be in the haunt or not, because I did notice him leaving out through exits and coming in through doors and
so
stuff.
He was just running through maybe and wasn't supposed to. It was still funny. It made me laugh though to just keep seeing him pop up from time to time. And, that's almost a good concept to utilize.
Like an Easter egg for a character.
Just to keep
a running gag.
Yeah, and it doesn't even have to be multiple people wearing the same costume, which some people have done. But no, the same bro is running, following the
it was pretty crazy.
One chunk of people. That made me laugh. It just made me laugh. I thought it was funny. Oh yeah, after the spinning tunnel, which was a really good tunnel. Not all tunnels make you dizzy and kind of tip to the side, and that one did. Once you leave there, you literally turn to the right, and it just opens up to this massive hallway with very steep stairs, and you just start ascending down. Or descending.
Yeah.
Descending. And it reminded me of the darkness. The darkness is all inside. That's a haunt in St. Louis. We need to put that one in the house, too. It reminded me of that because that one is in the city. Again, we're used to a lot of farm outdoor haunts, and that was an indoor one. And this one, even though it was in South Carolina, it was all indoors other than the bus.
Yeah.
So it just reminded me of that. And I thought that was really cool to get a haunt like that in the woods. Right. That was kind of rad. From there, we encountered this massive sewer rat. I just thought he was worth mentioning because he was kind of a wicked animatronic.
I love giant animatronics. I'm not even gonna lie.
Just the big animatronics. It's usually just a head and it's and trying to bite you.
It's cool.
So funny. But yeah, they had this really huge rat. He was really cool.
And then there was this skeleton that they had hanging by his hands, and he was kind of just a torso. And he was talking. This time he was quoting something, but the first time we went through, he was quoting a Tom Waits song.
Yeah.
Which is What's He Building in There? And I thought that was really cool. That
Dwayne picked up on that really quick. He's quoting Tom Waits.
Favorite musician, so of course I'm going to. But it was awesome.
That's cool points for you guys.
I love animatronics like that have a kind of a personality, I guess.
Yeah.
They're not just they sit there and the mouth actually moves with what they're saying and stuff.
That was pretty cool. Yes. That was cool.
Again, this is more based on the house. This house is based on the house itself. and you're kind of walking through the house, and you walk through the family room and the living room, and there was Christmas decorations everywhere. Evil, I guess they weren't really hillbillies, but I guess they could be. And then they chased you into the kitchen where there was this hog's head on the table.
Yeah,
and it just
dirty kitchen
kept jumping at you and stuff. It was really good. The first time we went through, there was a lot of people in there.
At the end of this one, we encounter a character that is Cindy Lou, just a rough Cindy Lou, who was probably my favorite character, but we also encountered her in this space.
That's right. She was in the living room last time.
She was in the living room last time. I was like, hey, what's up? And she's like, hey.
Yeah. It'd be doing a lot better if the Grinch didn't steal my presents or something like that.
Yeah.
Greatness.
But she was really cool. Her gimmick to get her hair to stand up was a half-filled water bottle. And then she put her hair around the water bottle and tied it. I was good. That was genius. But her hair kept making little crunchy noises.
It was funny.
I loved it though. She was so cool.
She was great.
After this is where we ended up looping back through that water tree area where it was raining. Yeah. And we end up walking. You're walking along the wall.
It's almost like you're going out on a porch.
Center. Yeah,
that's what
there
it makes me feel like, is you're going out on a porch. Okay. It's raining outside. Because it's just like this big open square area. It's kind of with a walkway around the top and then a walkway around the bottom. We're
interpreting these haunts in our own way, to be honest with you. Sometimes the owners will tell us what the whole gimmick is supposed to be and the storyline. But this one, sometimes we just go in raw dog and we interpret it our own way. So that's interesting. Like he said, the house is a house itself, but it's kind of like a warped nightmare.
Right.
Of like you're asleep and it's a warped version of that. Well, because you keep ended up going outside, but then you end up back in the house and you see massive sewer rats
and all kinds of stuff.
That's cool.
It is very cool.
I've never really thought of haunts like that until we started doing this, and now it is expanding my mind more.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
See things you didn't see before.
Or interpret it in different ways too.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But yeah, we walked through the bottom of it this time. There was nobody in there this time, but it was cool because we were able to stop and take a photo.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That, like I said, that's my favorite area of that haunt. I love that. It's so original.
Yeah. From there, we end up looks like walking into a courtyard, but there was this, I say ghost face killer because it's kind of what he reminded me of, because he had this big hooded garment on, and he was walking. We would look in the camera and I see him behind me like this, if you're watching the video, with a knife overhead about to stab me. Made for a cool shot, but I didn't want to get stabbed.
Yeah, it was also very foggy in that courtyard.
Yeah,
they did a very good job of filling it with
black
fog.
Light.
It was awesome. I loved it. I loved it so really much. Neat. That was a really good scene just because of the fog and how it held in that courtyard. Mm-hmm. Very awesome. And he followed us for a good while. It was cool. Yeah, right. As we walked right back into the house. So it did do some zigzagging moments where you seem like you're outside but in. That was outside. So that actually took you back outside and then you go back inside. So once we walked back inside, it just seemed like a gnarly, undescribable almost maze. Like an infirmary maybe? Yeah, and there was just... There was a lot of characters there. So everybody was hanging out there waiting to chop you up and take a nibble. Because there was some people standing overhead. And again, it was Christmas, so they had candy canes stabbing at Dwayne. And then from there, you go outside and get chased by the final chainsaw. And it's usually not this cat, but this time... It was Cheeseburger again with the final chainsaw chasing us out the door. The reason he followed us everywhere. The reason I knew that he wasn't supposed to be the final chainsaw guy is because when he got done chasing Stevie with the chainsaw, he handed it back to the guy that was supposed to be. That's funny. And then he chased other people, and I was like, okay, that was hilarious. So that was really fun. I love when haunt actors have fun with us. Yep. We're not like other haunt reviewers. We're really just going in, like we said, raw dog almost, and just experiencing it ourselves to let you guys know, just what the types of haunts are
We're not sponsored by any of these haunts, anything like that. We're going and just experiencing it like any other 9 to 5 so to speak.
And then you can take a picture with Santa Claus. That was where Cindy Lou was standing. The first time we went, the Grinch was out there.
Yep.
They also have a concession stand where you can buy hot cocoa or a cider.
Yeah, because they do wait.
I think they had food as well.
Yeah, it's almost like they wait for everybody that was on the bus on the way there to walk through the haunt fully. And then you get to enjoy some concessions while you wait for everybody to reload on the bus. And then once you reload on the bus, you get terrorized again. You just there's no seatbelts, guys, so hang on.
At first it seems like you're just going back, and then you come up to a little spot and the music starts playing again.
Yeah.
And you stop and there's like buildings and monsters come out.
Kind of looks like you're like riding through a movie scene or something like that. Like
monsters come
out. A morphed Friday the 13th Nightmare on Elm Street scene. They come out and they hop back onto the bus.
Yep, and it's almost just like the first bus ride on the way there. They terrorize you the whole time. They're all over the bus. Both times we went, on the way back, they played Living Dead Girl by Rob Zombie. I don't know if that's like a thing they do all the time.
It was funny, though, because this last time when we went, everybody
was singing it.
Listen, okay, I'm from the era when that song actually came out.
Yeah.
Okay. And as a former wrestler myself, that was actually my theme song. So all us alternative girls from back in the day used Living Dead Girls, our theme song in the indies. So it's just funny to hear it now still. Like, I don't even feel old, to be honest with you, but it is funny to hear younger kids jamming out to such a classic sick song.
Yeah.
Good job, children. You pull back up to the main area. They let you off the bus and let you free. You can take some photos with some of the haunt actors that may have been riding through the bus if they feel froggy to let you take photos, because they might slash at you otherwise.
Yeah.
If they haven't had a good day. Cindy wasn't having it. Her hair fell down. I didn't mention that Cindy Lou hopped on the bus and rode back with us.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that was cool because it was the end of the night. That was funny. I enjoyed her. She was a good time.
Yeah. Everybody there.
Everybody was a good time.
Was great actors. Everyone's always very super nice to us there, as far as that people that work there, and we had a great time. And definitely want to try to go back for
regular haunt season.
Yes, to see what they got going on with that.
Yeah, guys. So again, this is in Bishopville, South Carolina. We will have the information for Kreepy Hollow linked in the show notes below.
That's right.
We'll also have our walkthroughs of this haunt in the show notes below, so you can check those out. They're on YouTube at Destination Stone Presents. Yeah, we've been there 2 times. It was pretty good. It was a good time. I really love Kreepy Hollow. I love the bus element. I love, guys, get creative with haunted houses. There's no rules, guys. Just don't hurt anybody. That's the only rule. Don't hurt anybody, guys. I love the creativity. I love the bus. I love how the haunt started at the top. I love the rain element part. That was so much fun. So
much originality in this haunt.
Yeah.
So definitely go check out Kreepy Hollow if you're in Bishopville, South Carolina, for any of their events.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that's another haunt added to the house.
That's right. Just stick it on the shelf back there.
Yeah, stick it right on that coffin shelf right behind us. If you guys are enjoying this podcast, or you enjoyed this episode, or you just enjoy us, give us a 5-star rating and review. We love to hear from you guys. If you guys know of any haunts that you want us to cover and put into the house, let us know. We are always open to suggestions. Again, you can comment below, or you can send us an email at destinationstone@gmail.com.
That's right.
We love hanging out with you guys. And guys, as always, I am Stevie Stone.
And I am Dwayne Stone.
We are Destination Stone Presents on YouTube, and this is House of 1000 Haunts.